7th of April 2022. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, everyone in the Iron Age is bound by the chains of Ravan. Everyone is in a life of bondage. Now, make effort. Now, make them liberated in life. Question: what inheritance is received by all other human souls as well as by you Brahmins? Answer: everyone receives the inheritance of liberation in life. You children of Brahma become Brahmins, and this is why you receive the inheritance of liberation in life for 21 births. All others first receive liberation in life, which means happiness within their particular religion, and then they receive soul. Everyone experiences happiness for the first half of their time and sorrow for the other half. Not everyone can experience the happiness of heaven because in order to receive that, one has to become a Brahmin and study at this school and gain victory over Maya. And the song of Baba's Murli. See your face in the mirror of your heart. Om Shanti. Who said, look in the mirror of your heart to see how much sin and how much charity you have accumulated? That is, to what extent you have conquered the 5 vices. Have you become worthy of marrying Shri Narayan? The king and queen as well as the subjects become the masters of liberation in life, in brackets heaven. Therefore, look at yourself in the mirror and ask whether you are able to do as much service as the mother and father. Only you Brahmins understand that this is the Iron Age and everyone is in a life of bondage. Not a single person is liberated in life. You too were in a life of bondage, but the Father inspires you to make effort to achieve liberation in life. The Father has explained that everyone is in a life of bondage because this is the Iron Age. They are bound by the chains of Ravan. The Iron Age is a life of bondage, whereas the Golden Age is a life of liberation. In the kingdom of Rama, the king, the queen, and the subjects all have liberation in life. In the kingdom of Ravan, the king and queen and the subjects all have a life of bondage. At present, all human beings are in a life of bondage. They are tamopradhan and experiencing sorrow. Everyone has to become satopradhan, that is completely pure. The satopradhan stage starts with the golden age. Each soul has to play his own individual part. When a soul first comes from the land of peace and enters his own religion, he has a life of liberation. In the golden and silver ages, no one has a life of bondage because there is no kingdom of Ravan there. It is the kingdom of Ravan in the Iron Age. Throughout the whole earth, it is the kingdom of those who have a life of bondage. Even the one who was number one in the original eternal deity religion is now in a life of bondage. However, it is at this time that he is becoming liberated in life. Liberation in life does not mean that everyone will go into the golden and silver ages. No. Liberation in life means to be liberated from the sorrow of Ravan. No human being can give liberation or liberation in life to another human being. Only the Father takes everyone into liberation, that is, to the land of Nirvana. Everyone will first go to liberation and then to liberation in life, number-wise according to their religion. Just because they do not go to the golden age, it does not mean that they cannot be known as those who are liberated in life. Whatever time they come in their religion, they go through a golden age period, which is like liberation in life, because they would have come at that time for the first time when it is their purest part in their own life. So the Bible says all of those who come at the beginning of their religion are liberated in life. Souls have to be Satopradhan at first, and then go through the stages of Sato Rajo, of Sato and Rajo. Everything changes from new to old and old to new. At this time, sages and holy men all have lives of bondage. It is the Iron Age until the Father comes. He is known as Baba, whether you call him Mahakal, the Great Death, or something else. His original name is Shiv Baba. You call out to him, Baba, Baba. You say God the Father, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. The Father explains, I come and give you children liberation as well as liberation in life. Those who come in the beginning will definitely go into happiness and will later experience sorrow. After liberation, you go to liberation in life. Then later, there is a life of bondage. In the beginning, you definitely experience happiness. The Father gives everyone the inheritance of happiness, but some may have happiness for just one birth. They will come and experience happiness for a short while and then die. They only have that much of a part in the drama. The number of human beings continues to increase. Even now, they are continuing to come, but they're not going to stay here for long because destruction is just ahead. Even new ones who come in the Iron Age will not experience sorrow to begin with. They will definitely have a good status of some kind. From the land of liberation, one must first go to liberation in life. After being liberated from the bondage of Maya, You will first go down into happiness and later into sorrow. At this time, everyone has reached a state of decay. Having played their parts of happiness and sorrow, everyone will go into liberation and liberation in life. Liberation is via, have to pass through the soul's world and then come down on earth. So it's via. You will go up and then definitely go down again. All the human beings of the whole world will go again into whichever religion they went before. King Janak too received a liberation in life. It doesn't mean that there is no kingdom at this time. The two will definitely come at the end and take knowledge. All of you receive liberation in life, but number-wise, according to your efforts. That is the efforts we are making now. It can also be said that all of those who belong to other religions, that they too receive liberation in life, number-wise, according to their efforts, and the next factor, according to their efforts, and the next is according to their religion. All of those of the deity religion who have gone into other religions will emerge. Everyone has to return home. You first have to become Brahmins. In fact, all are the children of Brahma, but not everyone will become a Brahmin. Those who become Brahmins receive liberation in life for 21 births. Raja Yoga has to be studied in order to claim the throne of the kingdom. This is a school, and in a school, you have to study. There are also many rules. Once you have an A, you can even go abroad and continue to study this. We are definitely the children of Shiv Baba. You must definitely claim your inheritance from the Father. Some write, Baba, the evil spirit of Ravan is harassing me. And there is sometimes a slight intoxication of lust or anger. The Father says, you must gain victory over that. This war of yours is for the power of yoga. You try to stay in remembrance, but Maya breaks your intellect's yoga. Baba has explained that everyone will receive liberation in life, but this doesn't mean that everyone will go to heaven. They will receive it when they come down on earth in their particular birth, in that particular religion. And coming for the first time, they will go through the stage of the golden age period in their own lives. So Baba says, everyone wants to be liberated. Those who come to play their parts at the end will be liberated for that length of time. They have so much peace. The living peace for 4,500 to 4,750 years. Such are their paths. They live in both peace and happiness. You people shouldn't want peace like theirs, for they simply sit there, that is in the soul's world. It can't be received by asking for it, for this drama is predestined and nothing in it can be changed. Many have a deep desire for peace. They receive much more peace than the happiness that you receive. But you receive both peace and happiness. Here, there is only temporary happiness and no peace. It is the land of sorrow. To go and sit down in a forest is not real peace. If it were peaceful there, they would stay there. Why do they come to the cities and build so many flats, etc.? Of course, Baba is referring to the sannyasis here. In the golden age, there is nothing but peace. Those who come at the end think that there is only peacelessness here, but that they themselves experience peace. They consider others to be peaceless. These are matters to be understood. Everyone receives liberation in life. You rule the kingdom for 21 births. The rest come later. They stay up above in peace. Someone who comes at the end of the golden or silver age also come from the land of peace. There is no sorrow. You will come number-wise. There is an account. People think that science is very powerful. We say that our silence is very powerful. We receive power by having remembrance of Baba. They attempt to go to the moon with the power of science, whereas you go beyond the sun and the moon in a second. There is nothing beyond the subtle region and the incorporeal world. The incorporeal world and the subtle region are very far beyond the sun and the moon. However, no one can know this. All of these are the details. If it is not in their fortune to be a Sun Dynasty king or queen, they are not able to understand or explain anything to others. No one can say, I have the knowledge of liberation and liberation in life, like the example of King Janak. Everyone has been put in a jail. At this time, everyone has been put in jail by Ravan. And so Rama now comes and liberates everyone. You have been made instruments by the Father to liberate everyone from the clutches of Ravan and give them liberation in life. Your name, the Shiv Shakti army, is well known. Towards the end of this drama, your name will become very elevated. Since the Father came, the status of mothers has been uplifted greatly. In earlier times, mothers had a high status abroad. There, if a girl is born to someone, they become very happy. Whereas here, if a girl is born, they turn the bed upside down and they do not even celebrate her birthday. That is, in India, it was customary in the earlier days that they would do this because they would have to give dowry and so. So Baba says, they say that Kanya, a title for Krishna, belongs to the Kumaris, Kanya. In fact, you are all Kanyas, Kumaris. This is your new birth. Everyone is number-wise in studying. Souls are not larger or smaller in size. Bodies become large or small. Some understand quickly, but because it is not in everyone's fortune, others are not able to understand. Both liberation in life and both liberation in life and a life of bondage refer to this corporeal world. You are liberated in life in the golden age, and you receive a life of bondage from the copper age onwards. Everyone has now forgotten the times of happiness and is experiencing sorrow. There is no one who can say, we experience happiness for 21 births. Because it is now the kingdom of Ravan, everyone has become like dirty clothes. There is no kingdom of Ravan. So how could they be called dirty clothes? Yogbal, that is the power of yoga, and Bhogbal, that is the power of vices, are also mentioned. There, children take birth through the power of yoga. You children know the customs and systems. There is no question of anyone else knowing. Americans know about their own customs and systems, and we now know about customs and systems. We are those who reside in the golden age, and all our customs and systems there will be new. We will follow those as we did a cycle ago. Whatever happened before is now to happen again. Some children go into trance and see the customs and systems, but you also have to make effort to claim a high status. Those who saw those customs and systems, in brackets in trance, are no longer here, and so there was no benefit through that. Therefore, everything depends on how you study yoga and knowledge. Yoga means to remember the Father, and knowledge means what? How will you define knowledge? If yoga means to remember the Father, what will knowledge be? Baba says it means to spin the discus. This is easy. The Father says, you have to come to me, and you must therefore remember me. When people are dying, they're told to remember Rama, God, but they do not understand the significance of that. They're not able to go back there by merely calling out Shri Krishna's name, because it is the Father who takes everyone back home. How can you return home without having had your sins absolved? Now, it is the time of settlement for everyone. Then everyone will return here at their own time. You have to imbibe these points. Note them down. You have to follow the mother and father. Mama never caused anyone distress. Baba received many reports about the teachers, saying they do not have any manners. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is teaching you. So, you should be clever. Everyone loves those whose behavior is good. However, some cause great distress. They slap themselves and they destroy their own status. Baba says, there is also the saying, the Hindu people slapped themselves. They have called God the one who gives the fortune of the kingdom omnipresent. By slapping themselves, they have reached this state. The scriptures say, God speaks. I am omnipresent. But God himself says, I am not like you, that I would slap myself. Am I in the cats and dogs? The Father says, you have defamed me. But this too is in the drama, and it will happen again. Acha. Okay. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. And the spiritual children say, Namaste to the spiritual father.
Mite, mite, si qui la terre
Essence for Dharana, points to practice for today. First point, do not perform any wrong activity. Imbibe the virtues well. Follow the mother and father. Second point, use the power of yoga to finish even the slightest intoxication of lust and anger. Become instruments and do the service of liberating everyone from the chains of Ra. Baba's blessing for today. May you be constantly happy-hearted and stay beyond all questions of what, why, like this, or like that, at any time or in any situation. Happy-hearted souls will not have any questions, even in their thoughts, in terms of themselves, in terms of relationships with everyone, or in terms of matter, such as why is this like this? What is happening? Does this happen to? For happy-hearted souls, whilst doing, seeing, hearing, and thinking everything, they are aware that whatever is happening is good for them, and that only the best will happen all the time. They are never caught up in any confusion of such questions as what, why, like this, or like that. And the slogan for today, perform every action whilst considering yourself to be a guest, and you will become worthy of praise. Om Shanti.